Hi friends, welcome to the series of videos on logical functions in Excel. In this video we are trying to understand the if function. So what we are going to understand from this session, a simple if function, nested if function using and or in if function, that is multiple criteria. So now let's go to Excel where we have prepared a data and we have given this three situations where we have to write a simple if function and nested if function and multiple criteria that using and or sequences. Suppose in case of simple if function, if it works, it's a logical function. So you need to think in this way: if a professor working in Bangalore center, then he is eligible for some conveyance or some extra benefit, otherwise not eligible. So that is what is the what you call note for us. So the formula should be built like this. If the formula is asking three conditions, three parameters rather. One is logical test, that means if center is Bangalore, that means any person, any lecturer is working in Bangalore, that is equal to center is equal to Bangalore, and then value if true. So the logic is, if logic is true, then what is supposed to happen, or what is the condition, what need to be there, and then the logic is wrong or it's false, what happens. So that is what is asking. So the logical test is center, that is B2 is equal to Bangalore. One note here, while writing any text within the formula, you make sure that your text is within inverted commas. Now let's coming to the formula back. So if center is equal to Bangalore, then if it is Bangalore, then what? If it is true, then what is eligible? Otherwise, if it is false, not eligible. So if you extend this formula to other cells, whoever professors are working in Bangalore are getting a note as a result of the formula is showing eligible, otherwise it is not eligible. So this is the way a simple if function works. So it talks with single logical test and it works accordingly. Now nested nested criteria. In nested function, if function, what we are doing is, in each if we are giving one logical test and one true, and then if it is false, again another logical test. That false, we are giving another logical test and then one true condition, and then go on. So in nested formulas, 2000 and above versions of Microsoft Office, we can use 64 number of logical tests we can give, whereas in earlier versions it was only 7. So in this formula, in nested formula, we can use if for 64 times. So I can give 64. Anyway, I have only 1, Bangalore, Delhi 2, Chennai 4, Mumbai 4. Chennai 3 and Mumbai 4. I have 4 logical tests I need to give in. So first I'll give the logical test, which is Bangalore, center is equal to Bangalore. Then I am giving the true. If it is Bangalore, what happens? What I am telling is, say they will get 100% of whatever the benefit they are going to get for some reason. Then I have given true value. Now I have to give the false. Since I don't want to get into a conclusion of false, it's not exactly false. It is, if not Bangalore, what else? So then another logical test with nesting started, that is B2 is equal to Delhi. Then if it is Delhi, that is 80%, let us say, let us put 80% of the value. And then next, if it is not 80%, then what happens? Again, if B2 is equal to Chennai, then it is say 60%, and if B2 is equal to, by this time you understood why I am writing like this, Mumbai, then it is just 50%. So here what I am telling is, the formula is very simple. A logical test, one true condition, one false condition. So here the false condition, here alternatives are more. So if it is Bangalore, then one true, that is 100. Then again, if it is Delhi, then one true condition. If it is Chennai, then one true condition, and accordingly we will go. So final one is final false. Otherwise we can say 0. Like this. Why that error has come? Try to find out. While we are creating a function with nested, so we are actually opening so many brackets. While closing the formula also, we make sure that all parentheses with an open parenthesis, it should have a closing parenthesis as well. So that is the reason it is throwing an error. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 brackets open. So accordingly my closing brackets should be 4 numbers. That is the reason the formula thrown an error. So by this we are able to understand how the nested formula works. But we should be very clear with this formula while preparing it. The commas, inverted commas, and separation. The comma separation is happening in the right place, and opening a parenthesis is happening in the right place should be understood. So you have to follow this method, is always good. So if you are following any formula, give a logical test, comma, give one true condition, comma, start if again, and again same thing you follow. Give a logical test, give a true, comma, if, give a logical test and true, and then finally you give a false condition, which is 0. You can do that, and make sure you are closing the parenthesis, all parentheses properly, so that number of opening brackets should be equal to number of closing brackets. So that way it works. So for Bangalore center that is 100, for Delhi it is 80%, and in Chennai it's 60, and other cities it is 50. So that way we can work. So this is the nested formula. But again, the if function and the nested function is working with only single logical test field, that is center. It's not going beyond that. If suppose I wanted to start a scheme where the center is Bangalore and the department is science, and I feel that this is an extra hard work place wherein the Bangalore people are working more or something like that, I wanted to give some extra bonus. Then what? Then our multiple criteria will come into picture. If, let us say, and, now the and will work with, we need to give 2 fields or more. So and formula works with 2 fields or more. That means if the center is, one lecturer is working in Bangalore and he is actually teaching science, if these 2 conditions are true, then is this, otherwise nothing. For example, I put and, now I have to give 2 logical fields. One is B2 is equal to Bangalore, comma, then type is equal to full time, then what is right is what is wrong, then extra bonus, otherwise no. So here again we have closed 2 brackets and open 2 brackets and close 2 brackets, so we are safe now here. So what I'm trying to tell in this AND formula, if a person working in Bangalore and is working for full time, then he'll get extra bonus. So there are 2 conditions to be satisfied. So in earlier formulas like simple if function and nested if function, we are only taking one data point as a logical test, that is center. But here we are taking 2 logical tests. One is Bangalore, another is full time. Then what happens? If it is not, what happens? So that way we are working. Enter extra bonus. So a person is working in Bangalore but is not full time. So that is why he is not getting anything, and others also won't get anything. So it can be extended further like this. Now, sorry, I have to go here, comma, and his working experience is more than say 12, more than 12, and this is equal to more than 12, sorry, is equal to more than 12, sorry, alright, one second, the formula, more than I said, it's coming is equal to, yeah. So in this case I have given three criteria, three logic tests. One, he should be in Bangalore. Second, he should be full time, and third, he should be more than 12 years experience holder. Then only you will get extra bonus, otherwise no. If I say yes, others are not getting, because others are, the first condition is he is in Bangalore. For this fellow, his first condition is satisfying, but second condition is only using distant education, so that he is not getting, he should not get anyway. Of course, obviously he is not more than 12. If I say this, if I say like in this case, if I say Bangalore, even then it doesn't change. Why? Because even though this professor is working in Bangalore and he's not full, let us say full time also, if it is a full time also, he is not going to get, because he's not completed 12 years of experience. So this way the and formula along with F works with 3 dimensions. So all 3 dimensions should be satisfied. Now let us work with R. R also works the same way. Just remove and put R. So what is happening here? In and we understood that they have to satisfy 3 conditions. First thing, they should be in Bangalore. Second, they should be full-time holders and they are actually experienced more than 12 years. But in R, either of these 3 conditions, he will get bonus. Suppose either he has to be in Bangalore. If he is not Bangalore, at least he should be full-time. If both the conditions are not satisfied, if he is more than 12 years, then also he will get the bonus. So if I extend this formula, everybody is getting, because Bangalore people anyway will get, and Chennai fellow is getting bonus because he is experienced there more than 14 years, and Mumbai fellow is getting, because of one reason is his full time, and second reason is he's more than 12. First one reason is full time, not he's less than even 12 years, but he's getting full time bonus. And in case of Mumbai, this fellow, even though he's a distant education person, he's getting bonus because of his experienced. So this way the formula works. Hope you understand this formula. So now let's my favorite thought, what I do when I work on a daily basis, I get the kind of data what I am going to present here is coming. Suppose XYZ, and I get 1 2 3 4 5 6. And then after this ABC, same data. Now I want to convert this data into a continuous data. Even though it's only for the purpose of understanding, I'm telling, need not be used anywhere, but how the if formula can be manipulated the way we want. What I have created a formula, if this is equal to blank, then take the above value, otherwise take this value. If I do like this, the C20 is actually XYZ, so it is not taking up value, but in case of in case of E20, it is not taking the above value because C20 has got a value. But in case of C21, there is no value, but it is taking up. And then I copy paste. and then what I wanted to do. So this way I work. So if formula can be used the way we want, and we need to understand that formula in a better way so that we can use it in a productive way. Thank you.